Howdy, 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 guys. Hope everyone is okay. And I've just realised I'm on the very squeaky stool, so give me 2 minutes. There we go, that's better. So, welcome back to the channel. How's everyone doing this weekend? We've had a canny weekend with a glove. So, what is everybody up to? We've been busy. I had a game with Phil yesterday. Dice absolutely hate me. Can't see me, mate. I bought the Daughters of Khaine Battle Tome, finally a new army that is balanced. Ronnie Anderson in the chat as well as Wadies. How we doing, pal? Yeah, it's just me. Lucy's staying there because she's painting. Right. Just you, pal. We can all see him. Fair enough. So, first of all, thank you very much to everybody who has supported us via Patreon. There's been quite a few people joined up this week. I think the narrative campaign had a little bit of something to do with that. Mission 4 is that close to being done. I just need to get a little bit of voice work done for Ravion at the end of the campaign. It is over. But I've had to kind of rush it a little bit more than I wanted because the Tau Codex is coming out.
It is.
And we may or may not have some information, which how much of it is true, we don't know. But we've got some, and that's what we're going to be discussing along with Daughters of Khaine. So.
And coffee.
And coffee. Painting-wise, we've been very busy.
Yep.
Lucy has spent 2 days painting one model.
But such a beautiful model.
It is very nice.
And she's finished.
And you will see her in the...
I'll give you a sneak preview.
Right there. There you go. Yep. So, you will see it in the League of Artisans, which will be up tomorrow. It might be up in the morning if I get it fully edited tonight.
Kendra. Yes, it's Kendra.
Stephen says he can't see. Everyone else can see Stephen. So I've got no idea. Baz has been painting Skitarii. Mate, I've got like 55 Vanguard and Rangers behind us, which I don't even want to build, let alone paint. I'm painting Tau. I have in excess of 30 drones on my desk in front of me. All need painting. 3 stealth suits, 3 crisis suits, and a hammerhead.
Chop, chop, chop.
So not that bad. Dylan says looking good. Dylan will send you a picture. Give them to me. I'm not giving you them unless you're painting them and then giving me them back with no other exchange involved. So yes, the narrative campaign. People seem to have been enjoying it. Mission 2, no one's really commented on Mission 2 as to whether it was fun or not. I enjoyed it. You probably can't remember it.
Nope.
Mission 3 was the fun one.
I know one of them I wasn't very well at all. I struggled to get through it.
I think that Mission 2 is the one that we played over 3 days.
Yeah.
Just finished the base for my Festus. Fuck resin. Yeah, see these little guys. Lucy hates resin because of these. So yeah, I'm working on Tau. I'm also working on my Daughters of Khaine. I got loads done on Wednesday because of the snow day. So Daughters of Khaine, first of all. I built Morathi this morning.
What a model.
What a model indeed. Bit awkward to build. I've sub-assembled her because I'm going to airbrush a lot of her. And she's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's in 6 parts and the base is in 2. So she's still in 8 parts. But it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
I think she's very good. Rules-wise, I think there's a lot of good stuff in the Daughters of Khaine Battle Tome.
Definitely.
They're all reasonably expensive, as in if you want multiple things, it gets costly very quick.
I think this is like a Sigmar version of the new 40k army. Very few models, but they're expensive, but they're good.
Well, the Witches aren't that expensive points-wise. It's 100 points for 10. But you can buff them to high heaven. They look very, very good on paper. The problem that you've got is you want 2 or 3 spells and you want 2 or 3 prayers. But then you also want the normal prayers to go off, which means you want like at least 2 or 3 Slaughter Queens, plus 2 or 3 Medusas, plus, you know, by the time you add them in and then your witches,
it gets up there.
Like you straight away you're at like 1,200 points. What have you done? Knocked his hair off.
Yeah.
Let's leave it separate. So there's a lot of good stuff in there. And I really don't even know where to start with what to choose. So if anyone's got any list suggestions as to what to build in paint,
definitely Canaries first, I think.
But to be honest, right, I love the Doomfire Warlocks, and I've started painting them. The problem is they're very expensive points wise. It's 320 points for the 10 that I've got on my desk, plus morathi. That puts you straight away at 800 points.
Just look at how amazing they are.
I agree. But then obviously I've got Witches, Sisters of Slaughter, I've got a Cauldron, and then I've got the Medusa. There's so much cool stuff that I don't even know where to start for the 2,000 point game, because obviously I'm going to focus on what I want to include in that game first.
Yeah.
I like the snakes. Some people in the Daughters of Khaine page but Warlocks are super good. Warlocks are only good if you've got 10 or more. Yeah, you need 10 to do the 6 mortal wounds. A lot of people said that they don't like the Blood Sisters and they feel that they should be doing more for the points, which are the snakes with bows.
Right.
So, we had this discussion quite in depth this morning, right? Compare them to Judicators, okay? So, 5 snakes, 5 Judicators, 160 points each.
No.
Yes.
I thought 140.
No, 160.
Right.
So, Judicators, 10 wounds.
Yep.
With a 4 save. Meanwhile, the snakes have 10 wounds with a 5 up save. But they also have a 6 up ignore damage.
Yep.
Granted, that's not as good, but still. You're probably going to take a Cauldron of Blood, which means as long as they're within 18 inches of the Cauldron of Blood, they've got a 4 up save. Right? Stick them in cover, they've got a 3 up. What's this?
Could tell you're not well when you're in pain.
Oh, right. Dylan says he could tell that you were struggling through the game.
Sorry.
He understands, that's all. So most people probably wouldn't notice. Yeah, and people will know to target the squad to knock 1 to negate the 6 mortal wounds. Absolutely, Deeks. Absolutely. So whilst they are very cool models and I do love them, I'll probably take them for a spin. They may not come out with that much after that, but we'll see. So what was I saying? Yes, the snakes. So obviously the saves are almost the same.
Yep.
But they get a 6 up ignore wounds.
Yeah. Which
you eventually get to reroll. They all get 1 shot each, unless you take obviously the shock bolt. But the hit on 3s, the wound on 3s, the -1, and the 1 damage. You guys get the shock bolt, which means
one
of them can explode if it hits into D6 to wound rolls.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if the snakes roll a 6 to hit, it's a mortal wound instead of damage, which is good.
Yeah.
Now,
instead of?
Instead of, yes. It just means that you're going straight through rather than having to roll the wound and then save. Rather than, obviously, the D6 explodes. Now, the snakes are better in combat, Lucy.
They are.
They've got 2 attacks each, and I think they hit on 3s, wound on 4s. Whereas I think in combat... Yeah. So they're better in combat. Yeah. Plus...
Have they got rend in combat?
No. They've just got more attacks.
Yeah.
But the leader does have one of the little dragon worm things, which does something else. I can't remember what it does. So they are slightly better in combat. They're certainly not like what the ones are with the crystal spears, but, you know, better than Judicators at least.
Yeah.
The way that they get better for me, for the points value, is the fact that you can increase the ignore wound to a 5 up quite easily.
Yep.
You can have them shoot a second time from a command, well, no, from morathi, she can make them shoot twice. But it's the fact that you can quite easily get them to a 2 up save with Cauldron of Blood, cover, Mystic Shield. 2 up. You then re-rolling your saves of a 1. From turn 3, you re-rolling your hit rolls of a 1.
Yep.
Your leader hits on 2s, same as yours, and does the mortal wound on a 5. I think the points they are, compared to Judicators, they are very well balanced, and in fact, I would say slightly better, just because of the buffs that are available to them.
Yeah, I think they're balanced, very goodly balanced. If they had a bit less or a bit more, either way they would have been underpowered or overpowered. So I think the balance is perfect.
I think a lot of the rest of the book it's gimmicky. You've got to know how to play the missions.
Yeah.
You've got to know your units well. It's going to be like playing Harlequins, where if you lose some models, it's going to hurt.
Yep. Same, exactly what I said. If there's a battalion, let a unit pull out, retreat, shoot, and recharge.
Yeah.
And I says that's just like Harlequins.
It is. I just, the only thing that would make that better for me is if they had an additional rule, whereas these units that charge from this battalion always fight first before your opponent, unless they have a way to interrupt, like a Quicksilver Potion.
You mean like Slaanesh? Oh, no.
But just like 40k rules.
Yes, right.
That would make it unbelievably powerful. Now, I would gladly pay a lot more points for it. As it stands, it's good. I don't think it's one that I would always take. One that I would take, the Nest Temple is the one that I would take. Where if you roll a 1 to hit against enemy snakes, you suffer a mortal wound.
Right.
There's then the prayer where if I lose a model on a 5 or a 6, I do a mortal wound to you. I'm also then doing mortal wounds in combat on a 4+ with the spear snakes, re-rolling 1s to hit, or if I take a certain temple, re-rolling all hits. But then there's also a prayer that if you roll a 6 to hit, it counts as 2 hits.
Right.
Snakes can get very, very nasty.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to doing them. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint 2 units of Witches, a unit of Sisters of Slaughter, the 10 Doomfires, Morathi, a single Medusa, a Hag Queen, a Slaughter Queen on Cauldron, and then it's basically what do I take for the last 350 points. I'll have 2 units of each Canary, 2 units of each Snake.
Yep.
But I think I love the Codex, the Battle Tome. The story in it is very good. It tells you a lot about Slaanesh. And if you are into Daughters of Khaine, if you haven't seen it already, please go and check out my tutorial on how to fully magnetize the Cauldron of Blood. I actually showed it to Lucy when she came down on Friday, and she was amazed at how many different variations there were.
Yes.
With swapping the avatar and the snake and 2 characters. And
it was like Chariot or Slaanesh.
Yep.
So many. Hello, Nerdopolis Prime.
There's loads of comments there. I'm going to get to them in a few seconds. But, yeah, I was pretty pleased with that. Me and Lucy then went a third, 2/3 on a box of Start Collecting Slaanesh so that Lucy will get more Seekers and another big chariot. And I stole the Demonettes because you've got 60 and you weren't fussed about getting 3 units of 30, were you?
No. I've seen you run a blob of 90
blood letters,
and I don't know whether it's just because I've used Stormcast, but I find it very easy to beat. So, a big blob, I'd rather try other things than just big blobs.
Yeah. So I stole them and I used the Sisters of Slaughter spare bits, and I'll grab. There will be some pictures going up in the League of Artisans video tomorrow. But where am I at? There we go. So it's basically a Demonette with the Sisters of Slaughter spares.
But there is a reason why he's done that.
Yes.
In the fluff, he mentions that some of the witches, when Morathi has pulled them back through the souls, they've not come back pure.
Tainted by Slaanesh. So, of course, that's the Melusai and the Canary.
Yeah.
Which, if they've pulled through that way, why can't the Sisters of Slaughter be slightly tainted?
Exactly.
So they may just happen to have tails and hooves.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I'm excited to get them painted. They're all the skin on them's totally base coated, washed and everything as well. Amanda's here. Amanda Patton.
Hello.
So yeah, very, very much looking forward to doing that. And the snakes I will be using the Green Stuff World flip paint. I'll be using the green red flip paint on the no, on the snakes, but yes, I will be using it on the avatar as well. Those new Dark Elf models look really great. I'm wondering if I should reactivate my Corsair themed Druki.
Corsairs, ooh.
Pirate themed.
Yeah, yeah.
Scourge Privateers are
wiped out.
Another actual models.
And I thought they were the ones that were wiped out. You said they've been wiped out.
Oh no, the Corsairs in 40k. The rules are
yeah.
Forge World just trashed them. So that is everything for Daughters of Khaine. Obviously, you can expect some. I'm gonna do a paint along video for Morathi as well.
And we've already done a tutorial for how to magnetize the cauldron.
Yep, that's already live. But
hang on, are you doing all of them magnetized?
What, the cauldrons?
Yeah.
Well, I'll only have 2.
Yeah, you're going to do the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's not a certain way that I would glue it. Plus, it means I can run the avatars and stuff separately. Steven says, got 21 Blood Angels that I'm about to undercut. Last Marines, I promise. Yeah. Until next month.
Use an airbrush, Stephen.
Yeah, Lucy's been enjoying the airbrush. She's just based everything that you've got painted in your army. And a couple of other things.
I've just done the bases. Are you ready for some bright? I can't see if I'm going to be on them.
It's fluorescent pink.
I can't really tell. Get closer.
There you go. So she undercoated magenta, and then you can't see as much on camera, but there is fluorescent pink highlight. She's basically done them exactly the same as my Beast Claws, but with fluorescent pink.
Yay!
Fluorescent pink. Yeah. So
this the next they've got to be pink.
Yeah.
And
actual gems.
Her leg there is just so bland and bored and plain. So why the hell not?
Ronnie says awesome to the fluorescent pink because there'll be a small delay. So yes, that is everything for that. Next up though, we're going to talk about Tau.
Yes.
Now, Lucy didn't build any of the lists for the campaign. I built it to try and balance it a bit.
Yeah.
So Lucy never really paid much attention to the points, but she did obviously learn how to play them and what upgrades and stuff could be taken. Yeah. So she's going to give us a little bit of input, and I hope, Stephen, you don't mind commenting on some of this as well.
There is one thing about the Tau I hope to get, right? They are mainly a shooting army. Why the hell can't they shoot, retreat, shoot?
They can. With Dark Strider.
Yeah, that's it. Every single thing.
Well, any of the battle suits can, because they fly.
I know, but every single thing should.
But anything within range of Dark Strider can.
No, but what's the average size table played on?
6x4.
You've got one thing in one end, one thing in the other. Dark Strider the other. Can't reach. So therefore,
unless it has fly, which all the suits do. There's only broadsides don't.
Exactly.
So they can just retreat and shoot.
Wait, what did I keep retreating out from you in the last game? And I couldn't shoot.
Oh, a broadside. Yeah. The only thing that can't retreat and shoot.
Was the only thing he charged.
Yeah. My armies are all done by brush, only got a handful left. Cool.
Until you head next down to Battle Bunker and see something.
Yeah. So, we're going to talk about Tau changes. Yep. So, this is only rumours. This isn't confirmed. I don't have any inside information. I don't see or get anything before you guys do on the community page or on the Saturday morning of release. So, the rumour is that Riptides have gone down by 24 points. They needed it.
Yeah.
Lucy didn't realise, but when I said that Riptides were over 400 points, she was just like, what?
Why did you put one in my army?
I put 3 in your army.
Wait, the first one.
Yeah. So they've gone down 24 points. Heavy burst cannons have gone down 20 points, right?
Yeah.
And ion accelerators have gone down by 42. They were 102 points for the gun.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's more even if it's
or
gone.
107, so it's now 65 points for the gun, which is fair because it's a good gun.
It is a really good gun.
So overall, you're looking at least 45 to 66 points drop just on the Riptides. The gun drones, however, have gone up by 4 points. So they've gone from 8 to 12.
I prefer the shield drones, and they've gone up as well, haven't they?
Shield drones have gone up, but you've only used them with Shadow Sun.
Yeah.
But you like Marker Lights.
Yes.
Marker Lights are not rumoured to have changed. Mikey says Tower going to be scary again. Maybe, maybe not. From the aesthetics point of view, what do you actually like on Tau? Ghost Keel models are fantastic. The Yavara is a fantastic model.
I like the marker drones. The Kroot. The Kroot.
You actually like the Kroot?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
They look like dogs.
Amanda says she's got so many things to paint and put together. Amanda, you don't even want to see what I've got. So, broadsides have also gone down 20 points. Again, they needed this because...
I thought they would have went down a bit more, to be honest.
Well, when you consider that they've essentially dropped 25% of points. So, a heavy rail rifle broadside has gone down... Well, basically, broadside's gone down by 20 points. A heavy rail rifle has gone down by 27 points. And the smart missile system's gone down by 5 points. So you know that rail rifle broadside that you love oh so much? Well, he's basically gone down by 52 points.
Yep.
From like 207.
Yep. You know, all these changes in the army, you got like there were whole other broadsiding.
Yep. And then the high yield missile pods have gone down by 16 points. Each.
Wow.
So,
considering if it's 4 shots per thingy, isn't it?
I think that's no. I think it's 8 shots for a high yield missile pod in total.
I thought it was 4 each now.
Smart missile systems is 4 each.
Yeah, sorry, ignore me.
Oh yeah, so it'd actually be 10 points off for the smart missile systems because you have 2.
Thought so.
Oh crap, yeah. The high yield missile pod, I don't think it's 16 each. It might be. I don't know whether he's got 2. I can't remember. But either way, you're looking at least a 40-odd point reduction just on the high yield missile pod broadsides. The hammerheads have gone down by 17 points as well. Now, hammerheads are okay, but they've got 1 shot.
Yeah.
Yes, you can have D6 shots at a lower strength, or you can have a single solid shot. It's much like the Eldar Fire Prism. They need to be given the same rule as the Fire Prism and the Lehman Russ. Whereas if you move less than half speed, or you stay still, you fire your main gun twice.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason not to have that at all.
No, it was...
You wanted to like it so much.
But I just would like to say 1 shot and it was like...
Especially considering the one, I think we played it wrong, it actually hits on 3s instead of 4s. But then if you take long strike...
Yeah. And to be fair, I think I was trying to I was trying to fire it into
Dragoons, so it was -1 to hit as well.
Yeah, that sucked.
Oh, look, I'm long strike. No, whoa, no pink paint.
It's purple.
He actually gives them +1 to hit. And he himself always wounds on, I think he's +1 to wound against monsters and vehicles, so I think he's mostly wounding on 2s. Just like our game with long strike and the hammerheads. Yeah, Stephen's hammerheads were insane in our game that we played. He had 2 and long strike in the middle, buffing them both. So yeah, brilliant stuff. Might be time to start picking up some Tau. Julian, if you can, I seriously recommend picking up the £100 box that was out at Christmas. It is amazing value. You're getting 2 sets of stealth teams, which are £18 each. You're getting a set of crisis teams, which are 45. You're getting a ghost keel, which is 45, and a commando, which is 30 for 100 quid. And then if you pick it up online somewhere, you're talking probably 80, 85. So definitely. So that is the point reductions.
Small rooms on wheels.
Yeah, I'm getting them.
Awesome.
Warlord trait. Reroll wounds of 1 against monsters or vehicles. It's alright. In your shooting phase, pick a visible enemy unit to your Warlord. Each time a friendly unit within 6 of your Warlord makes a roll of a 6, it adds 1 AP to the attack. It's not bad.
No, but...
Especially if you've got, like, if it's an ethereal, and you're, or a Cadre Fireblade, and he's there with the Fire Warriors, all of them Fire Warriors being an AP -1 on the roll of a 6. That's good. But Stephen will probably take that command trait.
I suppose
it's a 6 to wound, but when you consider how many shots the Fire Warriors have put out.
That's just about it. Yeah, that would be amazing.
On missile broadsides.
If you take them out of Fire Warriors.
Imagine a missile broadside, right, with the enhanced target array, which gives it -1 on all of its weapons.
Yes.
And then any 6s to wound are a further -1, which means your high missile pods are at -3 for D3 damage.
It doesn't stack. Have you noticed the newer rules, it does state whether it stacks?
Daughters of Khaine one especially, it says if you roll any 6s after re-rolls but before modifiers, and they've pretty much foolproof the book like that.
Yeah.
So I think they'll do a lot of other changes. Number 3, add 6 to advance instead of rolling a dice. So basically, you just advance automatically 6.
Yeah.
Good if you've got a commander in a suit and you've got assault weapons, because then obviously you can advance a lot further. If your Warlord is within 12 of an enemy unit at the start of the shooting phase, you can reroll hits for your Warlord until the end of the phase. So that's very Farsight Enclave-esque. Get close, get in your face.
Yeah.
So Shadow Sun, for example, wouldn't go amiss with that because she hits on 2s with the fusions.
Exactly.
And she wants to be within 9. Reroll hits for your Warlord if they have not moved this turn. If they move for any reason, they lose this trait until the start of the next turn. Depends what you're kitting them with.
Yeah, that to me it's not.
It's okay, but then this one, Warlord can advance and shoot as if he hasn't advanced.
That's good.
And especially considering Shadow Sun's fusions are assault weapons, so obviously she can advance and still hit on 2s. 1 marker light means that she gets reroll 1s. Viola Sept with breaches advancing to get that 5-inch range. Absolutely, the breaches are the ones where the closer you get, the better the guns were.
Right. Yes.
Just the little Fire Warrior guys that do that. So yeah, that would actually be quite good for that one. So that is the standard Warlord traits. Next up, we've got Sept Warlord traits. So this is obviously if you play that specific Sept.
Yeah.
So the Tau Sept has a 5 up against mortal wounds. It's okay.
Is that just the Warlord though?
Yeah.
Depends. See, that would be a brilliant, but depends on what you're taking against.
Viola, if your Warlord has Master of War, Volley Fire, or Failure is not an option ability, the range is increased to 9. Additionally, if your army is Battleforged, you get +1 command point. That's good. That's good. Stephen, who has Volley Fire? Master of War is a commander where you can declare Mudkara Kayun, where you reroll all hits.
Right.
So you know what you did to me in game 3 of the campaign? Yeah, that's a 9-inch range instead of 6.
Ooh.
That's powerful. It's basically like call given rerolls within 9 instead of 6.
Just wondering how many units of Pathfinders and Firewalls you can get around them within 9.
Volley Fire is Cadre Fireblade. So that's handy. Dalith, whilst within 12 of your Warlord, friendly Kroot and Vespid units gain for the greater good ability, so they can Overwatch. Which is good if you run a lot of Kroot and Vespid like what Stephen does. I've got 15 Kroot, so it's alright, but I'm probably not going to use it. Even though, like, for the campaign, we went Dalith, I just like the fluff for them, but I'm probably not going to play them for a lot of reasons that you'll see. The fun, I just don't think that they're very nichey. The next one, I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it's Sarsi. Friendly Sarsi units within 6 inches of your warlord reduce the number of models that flee as a result of morale by 1. So obviously, if you take your ethereal, Fire Warriors can use his leadership, which is 9 anyway. Then you're automatically passing on a 6. So you have to lose at least 6 of the unit.
But is it worth it just to save 1?
1 Fire Warrior? Probably not. Maybe, maybe not. But can, for each hit roll made by your warlord, +1 to the wound for that hit. That's good. Fusion blasters, strength 8, right? You wound a knight on 3s then, like a las cannon, and you wound most vehicles on 2s.
Yep.
That's good. Farsight, warlord can perform a 6-inch heroic intervention. Additionally, if your warlord was charged, or heroic intervened, until the end of the next phase, you can reroll hits in the combat phase.
That's alright.
It is, but you know yourself, Tau don't want to be in combat.
Mine do.
But you have never looked at the rules for Farsight.
No.
When you see the rules for Farsight, you'll understand why. So we've then got the Sept traits. So this is like your Space Marine chapter, your Eldar Craft World, your Forge World, High Fleet. So if you run Tau Sept, Overwatch on a 5 regardless of fire and model, ballistic skill, or any modifiers.
I like that.
If that confers to for the greater good, it's very good. It's very defensive.
Yep.
Viola treats all rapid fire weapons as assault weapons. So basically, you've then got assault 2 with Cadra Fireblade within range, which means you can move and run. And you know, moving and running Fire Warriors is still pretty decent. You have to build your list around it.
Yeah.
But even then, that's not. You know, it's all right. It's not great because I think, as far as I can think, the only rapid fire weapons that you can take is plasma and pulse rifles.
I'm sure there's another one.
The plasma's on the crisis suits.
No, sure
everything else is heavy nearly. Fusions are assault. Stephen, you can probably tell us what other rapid fire weapons there is other than plasma and pulse rifles. Or pulse carbines. Oh, hang on, this is the bit that I missed. Additionally, there's no penalty to advancing and firing with assault weapons. So, you know, fusions. Actually, stealth teams with burst cannons and fusions, because they're all assault weapons. Yep. They're the stealth teams, Luce.
Yep, I like them.
And stealth teams move 8 anyway, so you move minimum 9 and then still shooting.
I like that one a
lot. Dalith, if a unit does not manta strike, move, fall back, charge, pile in, or consolidate, so basically if the model remains totally stationary, you can claim the benefit of cover.
Like that, even if it's out in the open.
Yeah. Okay. It's not great. Like Admech, for example, one of their canticles is Shroud's Arm, which gives you count as being in cover. Doesn't matter if you move.
Yeah.
But you then also, you know, if you you have to roll for it, fair enough. But you then get your Forge World rule on top of that. So Stephen says rail rifles and long shot pulse rifles. The rail rifles are the little ones carried by the Pathfinders.
Yep, I knew there was another one because how I got so many shots.
Yep. So Sarsi +1 leadership. Additionally, in the shooting phase, you can re-roll a single failed hit roll for each unit. Every one of them broadsides is re-rolling 1 hit. Every one of them riptides is re-rolling 1 hit. Every single hammerhead gets to re-roll 1 hit.
That's 1 hit.
That is going to be massive, and so many people are going to run that.
Yep.
Bokan add 6 inches to the maximum range of any rapid fire and heavy weapons that they are armed with. That is big. Because you've then got a 36-inch range pulse rifle. And if you take an accelerator drone, which I didn't have any, it's that one. Stick one of them behind your fire warriors, and you add another 6 inches. You've got 42-inch rapid fire rifles, which means you've got a 21-inch rapid fire range with 3 shots with Cadre Fireblade there. Stephen might like this one. Got to look after Freya for a bit. Hopefully won't be long. Have fun, guys. No worry, Mikey. See you in a bit, man. And obviously heavy weapons, high yield missile pods, smart missile systems.
Is that the one you don't suffer the penalty for moving?
No, that was an upgrade I took on them. Basically, you're adding 6 inches to heavy weapons, which is good. I mean, heavy burst cannons and ion accelerators with an extra 6 inch, you're going to be able to pop vehicles from a good range. And then Farsight, re-roll wounds of a 1 against models that are within 6 inches of the firing model. Basically, get really damn close.
As close as Tau want to be.
Well, if you play, that's the whole fluff. Farsight plays close in your face. Sorry. Didn't realise it moved. Yeah. So that's the Sept traits, the Warlord traits, and point reductions that we believe.
Yep.
So I think the point reductions look good.
Definitely. The one thing, oh god, I thought I would like to see in the rules. It's bad for Tau, but considering all the big stuff's carrying nuclear reactors, basically, how do they now explode?
Riptides. Riptides should explode.
Everything didn't? Nothing did?
No.
They should be given that. I know obviously I played as Tau. But that's just, yeah.
So speaking of Tau, I am going to paint some Tau.
But painting a Demon Prince.
That's a Demon Prince. We swear. Oh, which reminds us, we haven't done a base for him yet.
Oh. Yeah, never mind.
There should be 2 of them ones, but I think we only did 1. Oh well.
Rule-wise, I think every single thing, doesn't matter what on Tau should. Like, and I don't think they should suffer penalties for running either. I mean.
What, Tau or?
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the Sept traits, wasn't it? Was you don't suffer the penalty for
Yeah, but I think everything. I don't know, I think just for a heavy, shoot heavy army, it should be given more stuff to not debuff it. Oh god, if that makes sense.
Hinder it.
Lucy, Farsight and Valar go against the grain and prefer to get up close and personal. Yep. Or stealth suits like I did.
Yeah, you really liked the stealth suits in the Ghost Keel, didn't you?
Yeah, and I charged them.
So out of all of those, which ones would you play?
Stealth suit.
No, I mean the Sept.
Oh.
Can't remember them now, can you?
No. Fire Warriors.
Right there.
Hang on, he's going to find out for me.
So the Sept traits, Tau is you can Overwatch on a 5.
I'd probably pick that because Overwatch, I've done so much damage with the Tau on Overwatch alone. And plus, it's like it's not just helping you on Overwatch because the Tau is so poor on combat. It's giving you a chance to further survive, kill a few extra more.
And then
if
you happen to have Dark Strider, then you just fall back and retreat.
Yep.
Actually, I don't know. All the characters as well. Now you have to stick to one Sept. So I don't even know what Sept everybody is because I've never really been that into Tau.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sort it out.
Because obviously you can't mix all the characters. Because we've got Ramia, which is not Khaled. Kalesh? No. Kelshan. And then Ramia is Dalith. And then Shadow Sun is a different one again. I think Long Strike will be another one on top of that.
Should have to see.
And then, of course, the Space Pope.
Yep. I can't wait to play with that, actually.
What, with Space Pope?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, we'll have to have a look and see where all the characters are, actually.
I've done the hair the wrong colour. Never mind. Let's go on purple.
Okay. So, I am, as much as I want to paint my Daughters of Khaine right now, I'm painting Tau, because I don't have that much to do to actually finish the whole army.
And they are getting ready for a big special trip.
I'm going down to see my boy Tony.
At Warhammer World, and we've got the Tau table booked.
We do, and how many points of Tau are we taking, Lucy?
Tony's got 8k of...
He said he thinks he has about 8k.
So pretty much everything you own. If we play that big a game.
Well, current points, right? So not counting all them reductions, I have 9,050 points of Tau. Oh, no, because I've got a broadside and a riptide in the cupboard that I haven't even built, so technically I have got more. Tau Scepter, Shadow Sun, Ornvar, Longstrike, Dark Strider are all Viola. Ornshi, Farsight as himself. Huh?
Tau Sept.
Also, Shadow Sun, Ornvar, Longstrike, Dark Strider are all Tau. Ornshi is Viola, and Farsight as himself. Fair enough. And then obviously Ramir is Dalith, and Rely is the other one.
I used them in mission 2, I think it was.
3,
and I like them, but Shadow Sun, yeah.
You used her in mission 4.
Yeah, I think they're probably, and Cadre Fireblade. I've had him every game and I've really liked him.
You didn't run him in mission 3 because it was totally different.
Okay,
but
I didn't.
In all your normal games, yes, you did. And you like him because he hits on 2s, and she likes the fact that he can have 3 shots with his pulse rifle.
It's adding the shots to the other guys as well.
Yeah. But then obviously he just has to be there. But it's the fact that you can also get a Marklight hitting on a 2.
Yep.
So she always goes for that one first.
I can see, right, the Marklights and drones. I can see why people spam the gun ones.
Considering you're getting 6 shots from each drone within range of Cadre Fireblade as well.
I think the most I ran in any game was 2.
What, gun drones? I think you took some in mission 3.
Yeah, but very little.
Yeah.
I think
you prefer Marklights, don't you?
Yeah, you've already got so much shooting. I mean, I know people obviously go out to win, but that's not how I play, so yeah. Anyway,
I think that the only disappointing thing for the narrative campaign, we didn't use Ornvar, sorry. I think it would have been really cool to have him initially as the ethereal that was doing all the work. We didn't use the Storm Surge.
We did.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
Thought we did.
Nope, we didn't use the Storm Surge.
No.
You used the Ghost Keel in mission 1.
Yeah, that's it.
But we didn't use the Storm Surge, unfortunately.
Well, there's other games.
There is.
I do like the Tau. I was not keen at first, I do on it, I was like, oh.
But I think you like them because, 1, weight of dice, and I don't know.
Yeah.
The weapons there's not that many different weapons. I mean, when I built all the lists for Lucy, I tried to keep it as fewer weapons as possible. So she was limited to pulse rifles, Marklights, burst cannons, fusions, and then the odd rail rifle. Then we introduced the broadsides, so all of the missiles were nearly the same. And then she knew that the one rail rifle was different. And plasma, when we introduced the crisis suits, everybody that basically they have fusion or plasma. The stealth teams had fusion or plasma or burst cannons. The Riptides have got fusion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I tried to keep all the weapons as close as possible to being the same, so that you could learn them easier.
So can we move on to Sigmar?
What would you like to talk about for Sigmar?
Right, upcoming the General's Handbook,
which is going to be coming out.
Yeah. What do you think some changes are going to be? I've got a feeling, right, with that book that came out, the
Malimportance.
That one. I know it's only actually, it's not the main rules and you just do it for fun, but it's too much like 40k. I've got a feeling they're going to try and turn it more into 40k. So you've basically got 2 game systems, different names, different settings, but the same rules, and I think that's going to suck.
I don't think it's going to end up being exactly the same rules. I still think it's going to keep very much the core of the game is going to remain the same. I wouldn't be surprised if they change the charges to be, if you make a charge, it's all everyone who charged gets to fight first. Or I think they're going to do something with either the turns or who goes first at deployment, because you can guarantee yourself first turn, or you can guarantee yourself to make sure you go second to try for the double turn by your number of drops.
Yeah.
Whereas in 40k, at the minute, you just get +1 to the roll.
Yeah. And I do agree. I think the turns, if you a double turn against you, it's horrendous. So horrendous.
We found it, especially in the 4,000 point game, because being hit with 4,000 points twice hurts.
It's not just hitting, it's like the shooting, the spells. Because we were against death and it was bloody hell. So I hope the turns are going to be like 40k, but that's pretty much it.
And like I said, the deployment, I think, maybe he's not necessarily have seize the initiative in, but I think +1 to your roll off if you finish deploying first.
Yeah.
And then roll off to see who goes first.
That's good, I like that.
But Graham Donaldson, I don't think he's watching, is actually on. He wants to adapt Age of Sigmar, so it's a little bit like 40k, because he does like a lot of the 40k stuff, and does like some of the Sigmar stuff, but not necessarily all of it. So like, he doesn't agree that. I think one of the examples is, if you're in combat with a unit, why should you be able to then shoot out another one when they're there, standing in your face, hitting you? And I can kind of see his point.
I can say that, but I still like it, so, because I like shooting.
I mean, obviously in 40k you still can shoot the unit you're in combat with if you're equipped with pistols.
Yeah. I think it's just because I like the gameplay of it as it is like Sigmar altogether. I don't want it changing that much. But I've just got a really feeling. Hello, Paulos1.
Alright. So you have missed most of the conversation about Tau. We have gone over Daughters of Khaine, both of which we're excited about. Oh, and Lucy, do you know what day the Tau Codex comes out?
Yes, of course I do. It's your birthday.
It is.
Right.
And I suppose I will be buying it and you will be taking it off me?
No.
No, I'll be giving it up because we'll be going out for a meal and stuff, so I'm going to behave myself.
Yep.
Oh, if anyone is interested as well, there is how to paint Tau tutorial on Patreon. It's not the full tutorial, it's only the base colours at first. I'm going to be filming the next part of it tomorrow to show you the second stage of painting it's specifically a crisis suit that I painted up in the tutorial. But yeah, that is available on Patreon. as is Mission 3 of the narrative campaign. Mission 4 should be available tomorrow night, pending getting the last finishing touches done later on.
Yep. And I've just started mixing loads of colours.
Lucy is absolutely flying through her Slaanesh. Just she sorted it out last night, right? And what she got painted, well, she's got a Demon Prince painted.
Soul Grinder.
She's got a Soul Grinder painted. She's got the Dark Oath War Queen. She's got the Mask of Slaanesh. She's got 24 Demonettes painted. She's got a Exalted Seeker Chariot painted. She has 2 Gorbeast Chariots painted.
Yeah.
5 Seekers painted. And I'm sure there's more.
The Keeper's now done.
Well, technically that's an Exalted Keeper of Secrets. Because it's the big Forge World one. Which reminds us, we should actually have a look at her rules for both 40k and Sigmar.
Yeah. I'll look at that.
Do you know what it is? I'm proud moment because she's done a very, very good job of the Keeper. I'm going to paint my Tau army up pink for my daughter. Lucy might like them.
I will, definitely. You can keep posting pictures, sorry.
Yeah, post them in the group, man, so Lucy can see them.
See, pink is bubbles. Have you blinged them with glitter?
No. But apart from...
Not yet. But if you have a look, this is what I've done on the Keeper.
Yeah, it won't focus when you're that close because it's not autofocus, unfortunately.
So just some, what's it called?
Gems.
Gems, yeah. Just some gems for now. But there's plenty of time for more.
So I'm also excited for the Daughters of Khaine because I've just ordered a load of resin bases from Terry, from Demonscapes. If you want to know what bases he does, check out my Gene Seal Cult, which I haven't had out for a long time actually.
You've not had them at all, but yeah, have you?
Once. I've then got me Forge World Admech bases, all of me Demon bases, all of me Death Watch bases. I'm sure I've got others. I think that's it.
Oh no, you've done your stone one yourself. I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah, basically all from Terry. And I messaged him, and funnily enough, Lucy wanted to do elves a while back, so we actually got Spire of Dawn last Christmas, and she was painting some of them, and she was a bit like, I'm not really fussed on them. So we sold them to Sean, and basically the bases that she bought were still there. And I said to her, I said, right, I'm going to use the paved bases. Where are they? Found all of the round 25mm ones. Couldn't find the oval horse ones. I looked everywhere, couldn't find them. And anyway, I went out this afternoon to go and visit me gran, because I haven't seen her this weekend. Lucy stayed here, because there's still quite a bit of snow. And I come back and she's like, there's your bases. And I'm like, what?
First place I looked, I told them 3 times, have you looked on the dice barrel, the shelf where all the dice are? Yes, I've looked, they're not there. You sure? Yes. I guess where they were.
They were there. So yeah.
Anyway, enough domestics.
So yes, actually that's what I was saying. So I got in touch with Terry. I was like, Terry, I need 45 40mm bases. I need 10 of the round oval ones, which I've now found, of course. And I said, if you've got any scatter bits of terrain for the cobblestones, can I have a couple of bits of that as well? He was like, what do you want that for? I was like, because you don't do the size base that I need for morathi. He was like, what? And I says, no, you haven't got it. He says, what size? So I told him 100mm round. And he was like, oh, 100mm isn't that common, so that's probably why I haven't done it. But I've got OCD, so because I haven't got a 100mm paved base, I'll cast one up for you. So he's actually done the first master cast of the paved 100mm round base just for me and sent it to us, or sending, which is awesome. So I seriously suggest you go and check out Demonscapes for some awesome bases. You okay?
Yep. Oh, I need my painkillers.
Where are you at?
Next door.
Can you manage?
Yep.
So they should be coming very soon, and it means I'll be doing like paved temple type bases with what's it called? Blood. Yes, the blood is going to basically run between all of the bits and pieces, paving slabs. So I'm excited to do them as well. But tomorrow, when I get in, Mondays are kind of hobby nights. Lucy doesn't come around on a Monday, so I tend to just stick to hobby stuff, don't I? What are you doing? I know you're there. Whoa.
Sorry.
So yeah. Tomorrow I will do the full how to paint Tau, and then I will be focusing on morathi, whilst also hopefully trying to edit a battle report that will go up on Patreon until the Tau and Admech campaign is over.
Hello, Christopher.
Christopher Ansel. Alright, man. Hey, Harry and Lucy. Glad to finally get the chance to catch you guys. I'm sitting sponge painting my Admech. Wonder where I got that idea and colour scheme from. Are you using that old tutorial I did like 3 years ago for me Forge World Admech? I need to get them back out, man. I miss playing them, but I don't play. It's not that I don't play 30k. It's just it was too hard to keep up with whilst also doing Sigmar. When it was exactly the same as 7th edition, it was fine. It was just like playing 7th. But I would struggle to go back to it. I just hope they hurry up with their Fires of Kyraxis soon. Mini hop, funny. Oh, Dylan says pat him.
I was thinking in your head. Going like that over your head.
Alright.
Alright. He's coming along nicely. I think I'm gonna wash his legs again, the skin.
Right. Lucy's been really cracking on with the airbrush. I taught her about zenithal highlights, and she basically painted her entire army, Demonette Hide, then did a top down of
Slaaneshi Grey,
then washed them with Druchii Violet, then top down Slaaneshi Grey again, and she'd done quite a bit of it like that, and she was alright with it, but she's like, dry brushed a little bit more. Luscious Lilac on the top. So what she did is we've got the actual edge paint in that colour. So she basically put that in the airbrush and just did a very quick top down with that.
Yeah.
And you know what? The skin on the Exalted Demon, the Exalted Keeper of Secrets looks phenomenal. I think she's done a really good job.
I really am proud of her. To be fair, this is the second Slaanesh model that I'm really proud of her and the Oath Queen. They're both, I think, two of my best painting jobs I've done. I'm never going to win any awards. I'm never going to win any painting competitions in clubs or anything. But to me, they are really good.
Over the last few weeks, your painting skill has gone through the roof. It's so much better. I think because of the airbrush, it's allowed it to see the highlights a bit more. Whereas before, when I would go to dry brush, you could never see the difference.
Honestly, well over a year. Oh, I've just put my finger in some wet paint. Well over a year, we argued and argued because he was always dry brush, wash, and I hated it because I couldn't see it. I couldn't see where I'd done, where I hadn't done, because I just couldn't make it out. And then finally he gives, I think it was your Blood Angels when I finally saw it.
Yeah, so I'd sprayed the Mephiston red, she washed them Carabao crimson, dry brushed them Mephiston red again, and she couldn't see it, and I was like, to be honest, I can't see most of that. But then she did Wild Rider red, and then she was like, I think I can see it. And then you did whatever the last one is that I did.
Evil Sun Scarlet.
Oh yeah, Wild Rider's the last one, Evil Sun Scarlet's the second from last. And she was like, oh, I can actually see them, like the edges are almost orange. I was like, yep.
Yep. But I started off, it was me Stormcast. It was purple, then washed, and then this, I just couldn't see the second purple. And I was like, what's the point? I can't see it. I don't like doing it. If my models on the tear stuff was anything for Sky Rays, no.
Yes.
Was that?
Yep.
Okay, ignore me.
Sky Rays down 19 points. Apparently. Obviously, I don't know about the weapon, that was just the Sky Ray itself.
I think might be able to, half hour's time, I might be able to get him done.
Who, the Demon Prince?
Yeah.
/ Avatar.
Yeah.
So that's the Demon Prince with the sword, whereas the actual Demon Prince with the crab claws has dual malefic talons.
Yep.
I've got a question for you, and I know you said that you're not playing your Slaanesh in 40k, primarily for Sigmar, which is totally cool. But are you maybe it's not excited, but curious about how they work in 40k?
No, but there's a reason. It takes me a lot longer than you to learn a new army. So I'm still just coming to grips to learning these for Sigmar. So I haven't even thought, not even inkling in my mind. Because if I do, it'll be just too much, and then I'll lose the drive to do them, because then I'll be like, oh, it's too much rules. I'll go, no, all these, I'll go, remember that, blah, blah, blah.
Like, Lucy's only just getting used to, I would say you're mainly comfortable with your Sylvaneth now.
Yeah.
You're comfortable, but you still have the cards and use them.
I do.
Now, we played, obviously, 2-on-2 with Luke and Sam. I have never once used Sylvaneth.
Nope.
And I was just playing them, wasn't I?
You were. Yeah.
And Luke actually made a comment to me as well, didn't he?
Yeah. He says, I hate playing against Harry because he knows all the rules to every army. By turn 2, when he's seen the opponent's army how they play, he'll know them, and he'll correct, not being mean, but he'll
like Luke says, I'm hitting on 4s, winning on 3s. I'm like, no, Luke, you're hitting on 3s. He's like, am I? I was like, that's what you told us last time. And he is, and yeah. The weird thing is, right, I can read stuff and I can't retain it when I read it, which is mad.
But when you see it, hear it, it goes in.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say hear, but when I see it or do it.
See, some people's different. They'll see it a million times and not go it, read it, and like, oh yeah. I think I'm a bit of both. Oh, something coming up next weekend. I think we are doing a Q&A.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yes, so tomorrow you said you want to do the video.
Yeah, because I'll be, like, Mondays is hobby night, so I'll be, like, yeah.
He's going to do a video and post it on YouTube. Obviously, we put the links on Facebook. So you just go to the video on YouTube, write your question in the comments, game related, and even ask a female gamer, because I'll be here to answer some questions if there is any.
I think that's going to be interesting because I mean, how many other female gamers do you know of or have met?
Less than a handful. Less than a handful.
She knows of, of Tess, who I played out at No Retreat with the Slanesh.
Yeah.
But she's never met her. She knows Kerry from Warhammer TV.
Yes. No, Jess, but I've never actually met her.
Yep. And Bryn's wife.
I was just and Rebecca from Gibson.
Yep.
She's got some. I think that's about it.
I think so.
There's Esme, but I've never met her. She's a big player. But as well, this might come. We only discussed it once, and shouldn't really say because she hasn't actually been asked. Conrad from Down Raiders. Darton Dogs of War, sorry. He suggested a video Q&A. Ask the partner of a gamer for me and his fiance and they're married, they're engaged. So
Warhammer Widow, basically.
Yes, that was it. I was trying to remember the name, but I couldn't. So I thought that would be fun. Out of topics to talk about.
Well, I'll paint until you're happy to stop. Because I'm doing this hammerhead and then I've just got drones to go.
Right then. Oh, I've given myself a challenge. I want to get it done now. No, I'm not going to get it done. He's not going to have as much detail as the keeper.
I don't think he himself has as much detail anyway, does he, the model?
No, it's all the armour. All the armour.
I don't know what to say. She's saying talk. There's not that much left to say. We covered all the topics that we wanted to discuss, which was the Tau, Daughters of Khaine. Yeah, if anyone can put together a 2,000 point list for Daughters of Khaine for me, and wants me to paint that up or whatever, then go for it. Actually, hang on, I've got one. Tutorials. What tutorials do you want to see? Because obviously I'm doing one on Tau at the minute while they're fresh and popular. And you'll see that in 3 separate parts because there's 3.
There's one I think you should do, and it's the conversions.
I've got an idea for one.
Right, what the demonettes into witches? Everyone loved that idea.
Next time when me other blood coven box turns up, I'll do it. Well, I need to buy some demonettes as well. In fact, there'll probably be 1 or 2 spare on your chariot, so I can do 1.
Yeah. Because when he posted about that, it was very popular in the daughters group.
Yeah.
And very proud moment for him in the Beast Claw group. His video is being pinned to the top. Everyone always asks, what should I build my Stonehorn as? And he's obviously done a magnetizing video and they've pinned it to the top of the page.
Yeah.
So very proud. And I'm so proud as Punch for him. I sound old. I am old. We both joined when he just finished painting some of my Sylvaneth for us. We joined the Sylvaneth group on Facebook.
There's 2, it was the smaller one.
And asked straight away could they use the pictures of my army
for the banner.
But I was so proud. You're good.
I could probably get away with doing a basing tutorial for the Daughters of Khaine. Even though technically I am using a resin base, I can do a painting video for that.
Do one for my fluorescent pink. I'm just going to show again.
It's the same as the Beast Claw though, so it's not really...
Just for anyone who missed it.
Switch to... Oh, you can see it there. That's nearly live.
Bright pink.
With the fluorescent right down the middle. There, you can see it there a lot.
Why do I look so fat in my camera?
You're not fat, man.
Bloody size 12. So, oh yeah, you might have seen him complaining about it all
Dylan agrees with me here.
There is the boob snake metal one. He looks at all in one at the minute. I was just trying to start. But there's that, the clear paint from Forge World. I'm just going to leave it.
Yeah, please put it down because it's metal. Basically, she used the clear coat over the top of zenithal shaded silver.
It was really good, actually, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So when we go down on the 14th, we're going to get loads more. Right, we're not. We're going to get.
Well, I want blue.
Yeah.
Actually, that's another tutorial I'm going to do, Lucy.
Yep.
Tower terrain.
Oh, should we give them a preview of what you've done? What you've got?
What I'm going to do. I will, as soon as I've done a little bit more of this.
It's basically got a light.
It is a light.
Oh.
But if anyone else has any other suggestions after the one that I show you for making tower terrain, I'm totally up for suggestions.
Touched it be chipped.
What? On the tower stuff, was there anything? Oh, they need stuff because they're direct in there. Touched it be chipped. Dylan, can you retype that? I'm not sure what you mean.
It's all so quiet.
And so peaceful until
Oh, we bought a little something else for the make the introductions for the videos a bit more.
Oh yeah, we did. I forgot about that.
It was £7. I couldn't not get it. We've got the new bulb, the big light next to Harry. We change it for the colour changing one. It's got like 10 different colours, about 5-6 different modes, flashing and change colour automatically. It's brilliant strobes. It's absolutely brilliant, and we've used it. You used it yesterday for the first time, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, me and Lucy played around with it, but we hadn't actually played a game here since we finished the narrative campaign about 3 or 4 weeks ago, have we?
God, was that long ago?
Yep. Do you know what's scary? It's actually taken us 4 months to do that campaign because we did the first mission in November.
Jesus. I know some of it, was it mission 2 or 3 I struggled with?
Mission 2.
I really struggled. It was just coming into winter, and that's when I'm really worse for me back and getting through that. It's summer champion lovely into that. Actually, the arthritis is starting to kill us because of the cold weather coming in. It takes us a few weeks to get used to that and deal with the extra pain. And obviously, we were trying to play a game. I mean, at one point it took us 3 different turns, so you'll see all the different claws and jammies.
Yeah. The mission 4 we did over 2 days.
Yeah.
That was quite big though. That was like I think it was about a 3,000 point game. And you never had that much big stuff really.
No.
Like you had quite a good mix of units. So we did turn 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then we did 3 and 4, and by which point she was about fed up and done. But we never had much left after turn 3. So after turn 4, sorry. So we basically kept going and we finished it.
Turn 3, bloody Nora. I can't say anything about it, but
my dice just love me.
Well, yes, because of what you did. Something happened in that turn, which I can't say.
Oh yeah. Dylan says, "Lucky, touch the boob snake. Snack paint will be chipped." I'm not sure what you mean, but yeah, it's metal, so it chips really easily. And if Lucy touches it and drops it, it's gonna break. Sorry.
Right, I've got a tendency of dropping things a lot.
Oh, bless her. She's been so clumsy today, haven't you?
Yeah. To be fair, I'm better the other night.
Yesterday.
No.
When Phil was here.
What did I do then?
She managed to knock over a flat tub of acetone.
Yeah. It's a little ceramic bowl.
It's flat.
Yep. But no, it still doesn't beat. The other night I was painting a character, I can't remember which one. I dropped her. By the time I said, right, that's it, I'm calling it like 17 times. I was trying to paint that 17 times. I was like, right, I'm done. I'm done. I blame it on the medication.
That's fair. Did you say you're done?
Yeah, if you want to call it done. I just want to get all the base colours on this done before we actually do. Ha!
What?
You chopped it,
I
Mum.
know.
After what I've just said, I'm laughing about it. Do any of you make your own colours, by the way? Because I've started making my own and I think it's really good. But the problem is, if I want to do more than once on the same thing, I need to make enough to last because I can't remember how to do it. I'm special that way.
So I think that's all of that done.
The paints are getting sent out again. They all got mixed up with
Oh yeah.
what paint?
So a certain colour that he wanted for his Saurus Cold One Riders.
Oh yes, Stephen, we're going to have to, because me and you were going to have a game of Sigmar, aren't we? Teach you the basics. That's going to be fun. I remember the first game me and Liam did, like we both started at the same time, we had a practice game.
He didn't realise you need reinforcement points to summon new units.
Yeah,
I thought it was like 7th edition 40k.
It started as a 750 point game, I think, and at one point you had nearly 2k worth of points on the board. Not doing too well recover from up. I think I keep the comments short till I'm more with it.
Oh yeah, Dylan's had an up last week.
Hope you're okay. Everyone seems to be having surgery.
I know, Mikey did. Dylan has.
Last you work with. I went to see the PA manager. Basically, there's nothing they can do for me back. It was left too long by the GP, and no, nothing can be done. And I was mentioning, he says, where's the pain worse? I says, at the minute it's my hips. And he's like, alright, well, you're still a good 10 year off getting a hip replacement yet. I went, what? I went, oh yeah, you'll need a hip replacement. I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Are you
Should
done?
we go now?
Yep, I'm all done. I did one drone. So I've got a handful of drones left to do, and I've got a crisis team.
I made a silver and purple colour for his helmet.
You watch that for us. Thank you. But yeah, I've still got like, I think there's like 30 fire warriors behind us, and then the random odd things are up there in front of us, which will be getting done. Oh, I didn't get them done. I need to do them. I think if I can get what I've got done here finished, I can accept that all my fire warriors aren't finished. But in the meantime, me and Lucy need to sort out what she's taking home with her tomorrow.
I do.
Because I drop her off at home on my way to work on a Monday morning. So, without further ado, guys, thank you very much indeed for watching. We're going to record the last little bit of the League of Artisans for this week, and I'll probably just press render on the video, and depending on if we go to sleep at like 9, it might go up tonight. So thank you very much for watching, guys. We do appreciate the support, and the camera's totally moved again and hasn't even been pointing at either of us.
Yeah, you're mostly in it.
Mostly. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you next time.
Bye.